My name is Julia, and we have Rodrigo and Jordi. I'm very happy that you could join and do it with me. I was planning doing this interview show for some time already, and it kind of happened to be a time where I joined the group of Jordi that we're going to talk about today, and met all of you. And I want to kind of talk about your Rodrigo's experience with 3D animation. You've been doing that for some years, and also started doing directing and creating his own short movies. So that's the topic for today. And Jordi is the one who brought us all together and created this filmmaking community. And it would be good if you can share kind of how you started and why you did this.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for inviting me. And it all started, I think it was around 2018. I've been living in New York for 5 years, and I have to restart my career here again. So I thought, what's the best idea I can have, like the best thing I can have for knowing different people from the film industry as well, that are also maybe starting, or that they want to do some bigger project than just small interviews like this one, or like corporate videos. And I decided to create a meetup group, and then I just started making events. And at the beginning it was really just me and some friend, and then with time it grew, and now we are more or less I think it's more than 2,000 people in total. And we have many projects going on, and we have different kinds of projects, and I think I don't know, I think people have fun in those meetups, and we all learn a little bit every week.
Do you know how many projects you already did with the group? You ever counted?
I didn't really count them. I would say something around 10 maybe. It's not a lot for the many years that we have been doing this. Also because of COVID. Before COVID we did something, but it was really amateur, and with COVID everything stopped again, and after COVID it's when we really started doing more projects. I would say between the small projects and the big ones, maybe 10 projects that really succeed to go forward, because sometimes projects start and then they for any reason they stop. Around 10, I guess. I don't know.
When did you meet Rodrigo? How did it happen?
I think it was 2 months and a half ago or something like that.
So
it was recently, it was recently. Because I've been living here, well, I'm actually from the south of Spain, but I was living here for the last 7 years, something like that. I guess now I'm starting like a developing project. I was looking for someone, actually, someone for helping me. I found this group. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a lot of nice people. It's the important.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I also came, I think, 2-3 meetings ago. I guess not that long ago. So it felt like you've been there already for some time.
It really feels longer. Yeah, you feel like we know each other from all life. No.
So how did you start the filmmaking career in general? Started from the 3D animation.
Well, it's funny because I used to work with my dad, because I left college very early, the school very early. I used to use a design program, I'm talking about 25 years ago, something like that. One day I bought a magazine, a 3D magazine. I wasn't sure exactly what was that 3D thing. And this magazine came with a CD and one program that was a 3D program. So I installed it, and it was wow, what's this? That's 3D, because 3D at that time was really difficult, because we didn't have a YouTube. Nowadays you have a lot of video tutorials and stuff. I was very tough. It was very exciting, because it was because I've been always in love with VFX, visual effects, movies, all this kind of stuff. So is how I started learning, basically with people from the internet, and at the time, because it was other people.
What was your first project that you did? If it's not official, but what did you do?
The first job I did,
The 3D animation.
I did something like very, like the first, what it was like a company, it was a super small company, in Malaga, where I'm from. That was like a super small company. It was like a 3D guy doing stuff, like nobody, everything stuff. Yeah, your first job like was. But I don't know. That was my first official job as a 3D guy, because as an animator, it was maybe 4 years later or something like that. And I did something for the Canal Plus. Was for the, I think it was for France, like something for kids with a dinosaur, like a small dinosaur. That was like that was the official one. Yeah.
And since then, you also worked in Hollywood, right? In movies. And
well, yeah. Well, I was very lucky, because I mean I'm super lucky. I'm super happy, because it was tough, because it was very tough. To be honest, I thought about left this 3D animation stuff, because it's super tough. I mean, it's very demanding. It's very. But I was lucky enough to work in like a bigger studios, basically in London. All the bigger studios that they do the VFX for Spider-Man, all the big movies in the. And then I moved to Vancouver as well, to Canada, and I was working there in Sony Pictures. Sony Pictures is the animation company that Sony has for all the animation, Hotel Transylvania, all these movies. There's another one, is the Cloud with what's the name of this movie? Cloud with meat. Well, I can't remember the name right now.
The meatballs.
Yeah, the meatballs. This movie where the meatballs is like raining meatballs. So yeah, it was. I mean, it was amazing, especially at Sony, because it's a massive studio. It's like I don't know, maybe 2,000 people there or something like that. I was actually working, so a bit funny, in Smurfs too, the Smurfs, but only in animation we were 200 people, only animators, 200 people. I were there like a very short time, like maybe in total like 6 months. So that was very short, and I did maybe 15 seconds of the movie, or 20 seconds of the movie. Yeah, because animation is very, it's very crafting stuff. It's very, and when you, I mean, I don't really like movies in animation, because it's very, you can spend even months with one shot, because we have too many, the supervisor, the lead animator, the director, the client, so there are too many feedback in that. Sometimes it's very frustrating, because basically you are basically doing the same thing.
It is complicated, as we know. It's complicated to work when the feedback is not there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know that.
Can we get back to the topic of doing like short movies, and cover some projects that you did together, if you did, or for you, I know that you did a couple of short movies already, and can I explain the idea of how you started thinking that I want to be the director, I want to create my short movies, and I need some people for it, and how does it kind of brought you to the actual creation?
Yeah, I was actually talking with Jordi yesterday about to me the main thing is the story. It's a story. If you have a good story, you basically have almost everything. Almost everything. So I've been always focusing in have a good story, something to tell. So, and to be honest, I'm very interested in people, how people, the relation of the people in the world, in this world. I've been studying too many things with cinematography and design, a lot of stuff like colors. I don't have like a proper education I don't have a degree in animation or whatever, but I've been studying with people from the States, from Pixar and DreamWorks in Madrid, because I was actually a teacher in Madrid, a 3D teacher for many years, for 6 years, something like that. So at that time, we used to have like a master classes with people from Pixar and DreamWorks and Disney Studios. Some of them, they were like a very specialized people in, for example, in design. So they taught us like how to do like asset dressing or how composition works in terms of elements in the shot, all the stuff. So I've been doing like a photography for many years as well in film, 35 millimeter and 120 as well, like a big format that is. So for me, I don't know, it's the I fell in love with the image, with how you can tell a story just with one image. So I started developing well, not many years ago, but probably 7 years ago, well, around 10 years ago, I started developing ideas to direct more like commercials, like something like more shorts, because you can control when it's like maybe 40 seconds, 1 minute, something like that. To be honest, I've been focusing more in the commercials, TV commercials. Yeah, I've been trying to develop ideas. And now with the help of Jordi and all the guys from the Filmmakers, I'm trying to produce some of them, as the one I did recently for the festival. It's a very short one. But it's a good thing to start testing things, lights, and all the stuff.
7-second film festival was actually a suggestion. I don't know who.
Alberto was Alberto, the guy. Yeah,
yeah, and I thought a really good idea, because oftentimes when you want to start a project, you want to do it so good, and okay, you say, and I thought, okay, this is a good idea of, okay, we just have 7 seconds, which is kind of a half of a scene. It would be a good idea for people that come here to start rolling, to start doing something together, and I think he succeeded, because the resulting 7 seconds film is amazing. It looks really, really good.
But it's also tough to think about what can happen in 7 seconds, like to put the idea to life.
That's a challenge. That's also another challenge. And sometimes we also saw that in the group, that it's better to put a little bit of limitation, some challenge, and to say, okay, let's talk just about this, or let's put a color, or let's just use one song. I think that sometimes sparkles more creativity than just saying, okay, you have all of the options of the world, you have all the cameras that you want, all the lenses, and all of the locations. I don't know why humans don't like that. We don't like to have so many possibilities.
Yeah, because it's simpler when you have less suggestions than. Like it's same as why do you choose cinematography? There's so many things in the world that you can do. Yeah. But or 3D animation, it's the same.
Yeah. But then when someone challenges and say, okay, you just have 7 seconds for explaining a story. Okay. At the beginning, your reaction is, I don't want to do this because I can do anything. But then after that thought, you start thinking, what can I do? How can I crack this 7 seconds into something that is interesting, that tells a little bit of background of those characters as well. And it's fun, and then the production is also quite fast as well. So it takes like 1 morning, so it's really doable. And yeah,
I think it's a very interesting, because well, I had the same sensation when Alberto said I said, what, 7 seconds. That's impossible. Not 7 seconds. And we was watching the previous year short films. Some of them was very nice. Huh?
Some of the examples of this festival is amazing.
I think it's a very good exercise to develop all this stuff that we're talking about, the design or the lighting or all the stuff that you can. But I think it's very good, at least for me, because it's very. Because it's small enough to be able to do it and try to push the quality as far as you are able to do.
You can afford to say, okay, let's do these 4 shots really, really good. and then you can take like 2 hours for just putting one camera, and that's also fun. And you also learn a lot, right?
Yeah. Also. Yeah. The funny thing is that I shoot everything at my place, so I have the chance to develop and testing a lot of lighting and stuff, and the angles. And I was actually doing like a lot. I mean, the pre-production was basically 2 months, so a month and a half, something like that. I was testing a lot. So to be honest, I think it's very interesting. Probably next year I'm gonna try to do something as well. Yeah, because it's something. Well, this year I'm actually presenting two of them. Yeah, but they want me in the deadline thing. So I'm presenting two different short films. But I don't know, it's fun. It's fun.
What was your first project that you did?
The first project that I did?
In cinematography in general?
Okay, the thing is that I don't have a lot of experience doing films as like big productions. I started as a photographer and then graphic designer, and I was also a little bit like Rodrigo, self-taught. I learned by myself on internet and stuff. So I always knew that I always liked to write stories, but I never believed in myself. I never believed that I could really work as a writer. So I studied something about electronics and industrial electronics and stuff. And then I got sick of that, and then I changed to be a photographer. And then from a photographer, many clients started asking me for videos as well, because with those DSLR cameras, you can also do videos. So I said, okay, this is a good chance to start writing about what I'm shooting. And I started doing videos and getting more interested in that. I started doing a lot of music videos as well. In New York, there are many musicians there, so I started filming musicians there, doing some music video, but also live videos. I was just started doing videos because my clients asked me to do videos. And then I thought, okay, from doing this kind of music videos as well and small commercials to do short movies, it really is a small distance. So okay, let's try to have a team. But then back then I came back to Barcelona. I didn't know anyone, and then I thought, okay, I need crew, I need people to start, just producing something that is a bit more thoughtful than just a music video. And yeah, that's when I created this group. And in this group, I didn't do much because I'm not I don't have a lot of time. I also have a full-time job. And so I also went to film school. I did 1 year of directing. And there I did some school projects as well. And after that, I didn't do much more than that because, after that it's now, and I'm working in a full-time job. Yeah. I'm waiting that the group starts building up a bit more, and with some other projects as well, and maybe I can dedicate a bit more time on doing my own projects.
But you want to direct, or you want?
I love writing. I think that's my passion, and also directing. I also like directing actors, and as a profession, I'm a photographer, so I also do cinematography. So I still don't know. I know what I like. I like to write. I like the stories. I like to build the characters and everything. But yeah, I like a little bit of everything. But I think I would like to be just a writer and direct some of my small movies. Yeah.
I always wanted to make movies since school, I think, and I've been doing some videos just for my friends, just like super zero professional at all, but just trying to do something. And then when I studied in Kiev, I went to the media school to be like a news reporter, to just learn everything, and it's the full course. It was like 5 months, I think, and you do acting, you do camera, light, some basic things for you to understand how to like stand when they put camera on you. But like the whole time and all of that was that I wanted to come and do some movies and do something into movies. I didn't know if I could write or direct or anything, but it was always interesting for me to choose the way how to start it. it's a kind of hesitation of I'm not sure if it's gonna work. You still need to pay your bills and get a full job, and then there's no time to actually dedicate yourself to this. But then I do that consultancy for marketing, and I got this customer that is in US, and his son made a documentary for Amazon, and it's just by coincidence we were talking with my customer, and he like, oh, my son yesterday got the confirmation that they're gonna publish their movie on Amazon. I was like, wow, let me meet your son.
Okay.
And then I talked to him, and he's like, you just need to find a group of people who are doing this. And he's in New York. It's a little bit easier there to find the group of people than in anywhere. I think it's the most people in cinema is there. Yeah. And well, that's how I did it. I just spoke to him, and then I Googled, and I found your group, and then I just came, and we started talking, and that's how I actually moved forward with the project that we're gonna do. And I think it's great what you're doing, because it's very tough for a lot of people to find how do you do it. Yeah. It's not that advertised that much.
Not much.
Sometimes those groups are weird, and you're afraid to go there, because I was not sure if it's in Raval. Yeah. It's also a bit.
I know. We are in Raval because we had this opportunity. We asked many places, many of those kind of public places where they do like casals, it's in Spanish. And nobody really wanted us, which is a bit weird, because it's something that is cultural and it's for the community and everything, but everybody was booked, nobody really was interested, until David talked with a guy in a film festival in Raval, and he said, well, we have this group, and then they say, well, you could use a class or a classroom in our place. So we just started there, which is also good, because in Raval is also where I have this project where I'm building. I own a small space, not that small actually, and that's going to be the place for the Filmmakers Club as well. And
let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Because we had a meeting yesterday, and that's where Jordi said that he has this place that he's renovating, and that's going to be like a place for the filmmakers and cinematographers of Barcelona or wherever you are to come and do the movies.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is it about? How big is this? What kind of space it's gonna be? How you see it?
So it's gonna be okay. Counting everything more or less, even the mezzanine that I'm building, it's gonna be about 300 square meters, plus 80 more square meters
on the second
on
floor.
Yeah.
How many
that's all the work
classrooms you can build there?
I know. And the good thing is that there is a space where people can work. My plan is to do a small co-working space for people filmmakers to work there, and photographers. And then inside there is more or less 150 square meters, totally square, and almost with no columns. I'm fighting for having just one column in one side. So it's pretty much open space for doing a studio. And I'm doing like a small production, also doing workshops, and also giving some hours every week for those people that are working in the co-working space, so they can also use that. I also plan to have a small room for editing as well, like sound recording rooms, anything that you can maybe find in a production company. But I mean more like open source, like for everybody to use, also for the group, so you can use it if you are part of the group as well for free. But also if you're a professional and you need a space in the center of Barcelona, you can also rent that place, and that also will help me economically to keep running the place and the activities of the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there is a need, not only in the space, but also if like you have your short movie and you don't have actors, or you don't have like one additional lamp, and you just like somebody didn't come to the day that you need to shoot, you just can go there and like, please help me, and there will be somebody to give you something, or a hand or a lamp.
To be honest, I think that his idea is amazing. I mean, I was super excited with that, because I think what we really need is this kind of community. I mean, at the end is we need to pay the rent and the bills of the stuff, because everything is not free. All this equipment is expensive as well. But this is the. I mean, right now, for example, with this this club, the Filmmakers club, it's very handy to when you need something. It's like yesterday I need this fog or smoke machine.
Yeah.
I was asking, hey, who has like a smoke machine or a fog machine?
And I have one.
Yeah, you have one. I mean, it's very. I think, at least for me, in my case, the maybe one of the toughest things is that it's just to have people to help you with the stuff, because I mean, even in animation, if you are super good, very good, you can do everything yourself. Okay, the model and the lighting and everything. But in live action, you can do that yourself, because there are too many things. There are too many lighting, the cameras, and the locations, the wardrobe.
But actually, the 7-second movie reference that you did yourself was pretty good.
Yeah.
The one,
That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
7 seconds.
Yeah, but maybe it's because it's in a very the location is very
Yeah, but even the 7 seconds film, he had an amazing DOP, and you also had the help of other people from the group. So
absolutely.
It's also,
it's why
it's never by yourself.
Yeah, it's why I think it's amazing, because you are able to contact with people. Now they are actually very good people. I mean, in the good professionals. I mean, so it's amazing that you are able to do that. Yeah.
It's really fulfilling to see that people come to the group, and sometimes I don't even do much. They just meet there, and then 2 weeks after you see that they did an amazing video or whatever. And okay, I didn't participate there, but I was a little bit a facilitator, so those people can get to know each other and build things. That's super nice, and it's, I feel so proud of that.
You're like the dad of some of the projects.
Filmmaking papa. But it's good, because it's a good feeling when you come to the meeting nervous and not knowing, like, should you talk or what you can say and how you're gonna feel there. But then at the end of the meeting, you just, okay, we're all talking about something, we're all interested in the same thing, and that's what you don't know. I didn't know what kind of people there. Do you do cinematography only? Do you do photography? What are you doing? But then everybody does their own separate thing, and then you can kind of make a movie just with these people there without even looking further. So even now we're gonna do this short movie, and we have everything already. And it didn't take me too long to even think about like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and that's it. And it doesn't need to be a long casting to get the crew, because then if your project is interesting enough, people will just do it.
If the project that you present makes sense, which most of the time happen, people get engaged like right at the moment, and things start happening. Even people will tell you, okay, when do we start? So you don't even have to do everything. People move the projects that are interesting, and I think your project really looks so interesting.
But Jonathan, yesterday, the actor, he messaged me yesterday, like asking questions about this character that he's gonna play, and that he found this girl that can play another role, and he's gonna message her himself. I didn't ask him to do anything, but he's just like, I want to do this. What kind of costume am I gonna have? Let's go to the costume room. And by the way, I found this place where we're gonna do the costume. So if you ever need, I have this.
Right. Yes.
But the enthusiasm in general of the group is so good, and you feel good, and I finally feel like I'm gonna do this. Like, for the longest time, it's moving too fast.
Sorry, I actually just wanted to say that what you said, it takes a lot of courage to go to a place where you never went before, and even more if it's in Raval, because it really has a really bad fame. It's not that bad, okay? But
no, it's not. It's fine.
Yeah. But that's true. You go to a place where you don't know anyone, and like, I have to give a lot of credit to people that go there without knowing anyone, and saying with a small excitement of doing something or a small idea, and hoping to to push this forward, and that's not easy. I think that's really and it's really nice to see that every week we have new people there that do this little hard step to be there and to
Yeah,
help the
even
others.
being late for over 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Some people get late, like the camera guy here. Right?
So if we can add this with one advice to the filmmakers that come into Barcelona or just thinking about leaving their job and doing the movies, what would you advise them?
I think to do like what you did and what actually people that come to the group do is just go out and talk to other peers, to people from the same industry, and say what they're good at, and soon they will start finding more people and going places. I think one thing that I did wrong in New York was to stay at home and prepare for my project. It has to be better, and prepare myself, my skills, and get more equipment, and maybe that's why I never got to do like a big production in New York, because I was too like aware, and I need to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I had a little bit of this imposter syndrome, right? And yeah, you just have to go out and believe in yourself, and just people in Barcelona speak English, so it's okay if you don't speak Spanish or Catalan. Just go out there and believe in yourself, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Not to be scared of. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, don't
That's the
overthink
main
it.
thing.
Yeah, I would say that my main advice, just for this and everything basically, is that the things takes time to develop. I mean, on this, you need time to learn like a lot of stuff. So probably it's gonna be, if you are learning for yourself, it's gonna take years probably to develop the idea. So probably, I would say that it's important. It's gonna be sounds a bit weird, but it doesn't matter to do shit at the beginning. So what matters is to do stuff, because it's when you learn to develop and grow as cinematographer and animator. At least in my case, I remember I have a very good friend. He wanted to be an animator as well, but he couldn't do shit. I mean, in my case, I was learning. I know that I was bad about an animator. Probably I know now that I'm not a very good cinematographer, or I'm not a very good lighter, because it's not my main field. But probably I'm gonna be way better in 10 years than now.
Yeah.
So probably what you need is, well, people that help you, and time. Don't give up in the, because it's for everything. But basically, I thought in leaving or left animation, millions of time. But you need to keep working. And then it's like
Yeah, and that's what you're doing now. You're doing
Yeah,
like
I
super
don't know.
short
Yeah.
films, and you thought it would be shit, but it's not
Yeah.
shit. It's
Yeah.
really good
No,
film
no.
actually. And after that, you're gonna do something a bit bigger, a bit nicer.
yeah. But at least, for example, in my case in animation, I could for me it's amazing. I mean, nowadays it's the way I always said that I'm very super grateful. Sometimes I say, wow.
How did you get
Yeah,
here,
it's
right?
it's amazing, because for me sometimes it's incredible. I mean, I've been working for people in Australia, from here, or from Malaga, and I say, how the hell is one guy in Australia calling one guy? I mean, for me it's very weird, but it's because I never gave up. I've been like working, trying to get better and get better. And at the end is the people, I don't know, it's like it's just not give up, and that's it, basically.
I also think that the networking is the key in terms of just not being afraid to share the idea and asking people for stuff, or can you help me, or this is my thing, can you give me feedback? Because even with Let Textil, so I didn't know the person until it's the connection through the family. But then I just talked to her and asked if it's possible we can use the place, or if you want to be a part of the project, and let's use the space for events, and you'll benefit from people knowing about the place and coming, and also use it as one reference of the filmmaking place. So that was kind of just, if they say no, they say no. It's not like it's a big
Exactly.
deal of.
At least you tried.
Yeah, it's not like they're just hitting me in the face with no. It's just like no, you cannot. Then, okay, I'll ask somebody else. But it's it never should be upsetting to hear no, or like it's a bad idea, or I don't like it. It's like whatever you like it, just keep doing it. So that's I think that's what drives us all to keep moving. And I like talking to you and meeting you on Thursdays when I can do this. And even if projects are not some projects are not happening or there's nothing to do with that day, it's always cool we always have topics to discuss. So it's if you don't talk during the meeting, it's fine. You can just come and listen. And it always works because you eventually start talking anyway. Everybody's very friendly and
we don't force anyone.
It's a very good place to start the conversations about cinematography. So thank you for being here, and I think that we'll keep doing that with you on a different maybe format or place. But thank you for coming.
Thank you, Julia.